Gonzales, and I am the chair of the Department of Creative Industries and Culture here at CUSTAT. I am also a vocal coach. I am a vocalist, both in terms of an educator and a session musician, active performing vocalist on the circuit. So that's a little bit about me.
Welcome back to another episode of the HR Good Things Report. Today I'm here with none other than the beautiful and lovely and talented Miss Nadine Gonzales. And we are going to take a deep dive into our special band here at the college, Ecstasy. So Nadine, tell the college, because there are a lot of people who may not necessarily know of Ecstasy. When was Ecstasy formed, and how exactly was the Steel Orchestra put together?
The Steel Orchestra was actually put together as a result of an interest in the staff to sing. So I practice in this same space, which is the Jazz Ensemble Room, which is room 329 at City Campus, and the room started to fill up. So I would be practicing just to get ready for classes, because as a vocal coach I can't really teach what I don't practice. So when I saw that the viewing audience became 15 and then 20, the people on their lunch break, because I'm practicing on my lunch break, I encouraged people to come in and sing. And then they said, but it have pans. I said, yeah, so maybe we should do something. And that was it, We said we will do something, and then we formed a band. And we had to figure out what to call the band, because we had no name, and we were going up on the rooftop for our end of semester concert, and we ended up with X2C, Steel Orchestra.
So essentially Ecstasy has been in existence for almost 3 years, which means that during that period of time you guys would have had a lot of memories and moments shared. Tell me one moment that is extremely funny that stands out to you. It could be during rehearsal, during setting up, during a performance.
When you're asking for one moment, every moment that Ecstasy spends together is a funny moment, because we have come together more than just as a band. We are a college community, and we have really actually literally been more like a family. So every moment that we have in that fan room is a moment of fun and joy and good positive expression. One moment,
Could you tell me in more detail, what are 3 words that you will use to describe Ecstasy?
Okay, so I would say fun-loving, creative, and vibrant.
I have actually heard the band play on multiple occasions. One of them that I can recall would have been at last year's student orientation at Queen's Hall. I've also heard them at District 1's campus, and I've heard 2 different genres of music being played. So as a band leader, someone who directs, the direction, of course, of the team, what would you say is the favorite piece or the favorite genre that you guys would play?
We have a high mass medley that we play, and it is of course our local calypso, and it has calypso and soca components in it. So we enjoy playing that. That was really the hardest piece that we had at the time, because we had taken a brand spanking new group of people who didn't even know how to hold the sticks, and then started to show them rhythms that were syncopated. So we took high mass, and added to high mass we did DNA by Michael Teja, and then after DNA we did Siamanda, which was Andre Tankop. We most recently as in a month ago, added Take Me Home from Freetown Collective. That is our most polished piece. It is a piece that we have enjoyed doing. It was actually my first panorama style arrangement, because I could arrange Chopin, but I never really did it because I didn't have to. But because the staff asked for the opportunity to learn and express themselves musically, and I think that the workplace being such a high stress environment that we needed to find an outlet for people to vent.
What is one place that you aspire or dream of having Ecstasy perform?
Okay, so before I tell you the dream space, Ecstasy actually, well, me mostly, because I just have these really big aspirations for Ecstasy. I would really love for us to do a regional tour. We had spoken about it in the ensemble, We had aimed to do that 2025, 2026. Now we have to aim toward 2026, 2027. Hopefully we can do up the island chain. Even if we just do 2 or 3 islands. And of course in there we have to visit our Tobago campus as well. But the aspiration to go, I really would like for us to venture to Australia. Because it's the other side of the world. I've also never been to Australia. But Australia, if they will allow us, of course, that Opera House, the Sydney Opera House, which is actually the main model for Napa. So if you look at that butterfly architecture that they have for the Sydney Opera House, Napa actually looks a lot like it. I would really like for us one day to get there.
So Nadine, as we bring the interview to a close, I have one final question. Now, as a member of staff, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people who might be on the fence as to whether or not they want to be a part of Ecstasy or, just probably learn music on a whole. So this is the opportunity you get now to really reflect on what Ecstasy means to you personally. And you can probably also tell us and staff, for persons who are interested in joining the band or getting involved in anything musically, how they can go about doing that.
Personally, Ecstasy is an opportunity to touch people's lives because it's not about me. It's about how my journey impacts everybody else's journey. Because people have a story. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a past. Everybody has a present. And we all have goals. So if in Ecstasy and becoming part of that musical experience, they can realize a different side of their creativity or maybe a different kind of expressiveness that allows for more balance in life, then I would say, okay, then I have accomplished what I've set out to. Because it's about Ecstasy, not about me at all. It never was about me at all. And if there's anybody who wants to learn to read music, who wants to learn to arrange music or compose music, I say come. Even if you don't have enough fans, we find space, we find some way to engage you because Ecstasy has bands, we also have percussion instruments, we actually highlight singers and guitarists and other instrumentalists when we do our shows. So there's space for everybody. Don't be intimidated by the fact that you've never done it. Don't be intimidated by the fact that you don't read music. We could fix that. Everybody in Ecstasy now reads music. Everybody. Some people better than others, but we encourage everybody to learn and to grow. And at the end of the day, that could go on a CV that you've been performing, that you play the instrument, as opposed to not doing it at all. So don't let your fear of doing something new or different stop you from doing something that could be great and amazing.
From rehearsals to the stage, the orchestra continues to inspire us with their passion, creativity, and commitment to excellence. Thank you for being part of today's episode of the HR Good Things Report, and stay tuned to hear another inspiring story as we wrap this series up for 2025.